As they say, there is no limit to what we as women can accomplish. Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of The Crown Memories with Dreams. My name is Anu Sharma, and I'm your current reigning Mrs. India USA Pennsylvania and your host for the day. I'm so excited for today's episode as we are back yet again with another queen who will be sharing her pageant journey with us, her accomplishments, and hopefully will be inspiring many others. So, ladies and gentlemen, please brace yourselves for the special guest for tonight. She has been crowned as Mrs. India USA 2020. She is an actor, an IT professional, model, and a philanthropist. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome Shruti Bakel.
Thank you so much for having me, Anu. Thank you for that wonderful introduction. It's a pleasure to be here as a guest today.
Sure, it's been so wonderful to meet you now virtually. I know pageantry is one thing that literally connects us, and we have been present on my crowning moments as well. But starting right off the bat, as we're talking about pageantry here, I would love to know, what made you get into pageantry, and how has that changed your life?
Well, pageantry was not something I initially had in mind. Sometimes, as they say, it takes another person to see your talent, what you can accomplish, right? I've always been a creative person. Like I've always been on the stage. Stage is my thing. So right from my childhood with dance, or be it acting, or be it, emceeing, hosting, everything. I loved being on stage. I just felt myself when I did that. But pageant somehow was never in my thought. And it so happened that a few years back in 2015, one of my friend, she just brought it up to me that, hey, why don't you do pageants? I think you can do it. You may win. And that kind of triggered the thought. And I thought, yeah, sure, why not? And at that time, to me, it was not about winning. I was just like, let me give it a shot and learn from that experience. I did not have anything about, oh, I have to win this, right? Winning would have been icing on the cake, but for me it was more about, let's just do this. And I kind of figured out there was a pageant that was happening locally here, which was a national pageant. I just signed up for it, and it so happened that I ended up winning. And you learn your potential as you go, right? And sometimes it just takes another person to see that and motivate you. And I thank my friend for that, for her seeing that in me. And it just kind of started that journey back in 2015, and then it continued since then.
Wow, that is so inspiring. Right there, a journey for all of our viewers to actually get motivated. So speaking of that, so you mentioned 2015 is when you started your journey. And since then to now, how has it changed your life? I mean, how have you been as a person before being a title winner, and to now, how has it changed you?
I think it changes a person in a lot of ways. I think every woman, for that matter, has some talent in her. It's just a matter of, making it happen. I can pretty much say every individual has unique talent. It's just about seeing, introspecting within oneself, that what is that you want to do with your life, right? We all have our profession. We all wear multiple hats. And so did I. I mean, I'm a full-time IT professional, and I'm a creative person in general, so I always loved doing it. So these platforms, especially pageant, provides you, a stage for you to be yourself and take it forward, whatever profession it may be it acting, modeling, be it just community service. And I'm one of those people who've been doing community service since my childhood as well, starting in school. So this kind of gives you that push and exposes you to a lot more connections and people that you meet from various backgrounds. And that's how it kind of helps you grow as a person, and you grow with the process. It's not just about, just winning the pageant. It's about where you take it forwards from there. Even if you don't win a pageant, you can still learn so much more from that experience. And I feel that I'm a completely changed person since 2015, since I started my pageant journey to now. I see the growth in myself in every aspect, and we all learn from each other. We meet people from various backgrounds, and we all have so much to learn from each other. And that's what this is all about. Pageant is so much more than just winning.
Wow, that is so wonderful. I know you mentioned about community service, and I know gone are the days when, beauty pageants were just a measure of mere beauty from outside, and now it is beauty with a purpose. So share us a little bit about your journey of community service. I know you've been involved in many projects for the same, so would love to hear that.
Yeah, just to give you a background, so I think it all starts from your childhood. So it's not something that I started with pageantry, right? Pageantry gives you that platform to move forward. For me, it's been instilled in me from my school, and I give credit to my school because they instilled this process of being of service to someone else, not by just yourself and your family, but to someone else. And that kind of grew with me, and I felt happiness doing that. It was something about doing something for someone but without any expectation, and the joy that it brings is unmatched for. So I've been doing that, and I realized that is something I truly enjoy as a person. So I kind of looked for avenues every time I do things. I'm like, how can I help? What can I do to make somebody's life a better place? We're all blessed, and we should all do our part to help in whatever way we can. It doesn't have to be huge, it doesn't have to be a big project, whatever little thing. And that's exactly what I did. So I involved myself in several community organizations here in Houston. For example, there's Seva International. They do a lot of service, especially during COVID. We did a lot of food drives. And I'm also recently appointed as a board on Pragati nonprofit, and that specifically focuses on education of kids of underprivileged kids in India. So I think I feel blessed to be able to serve other people. And I will continue to do that no matter what. And I want to inspire other people to do the same, because there's so much joy in giving. And I think we all should learn and do the same. Whatever little thing, it's not always coming back to money, right? So even if you can volunteer your time to do something good, I think in the end, it's so much so much gratitude that comes with it. You feel so good that you've made a difference in somebody's life. And I really encourage everyone to do that, because I felt happiness in doing that.
Wow, that is so inspiring, Shruti. And I do understand, with this platform, it gives you an opportunity to present your work and also inspire many others out there. You also mentioned something about, wearing multiple hats. And I know that you're also an IT professional. So tell us a little bit about, your work-life balance, because being a pageant, preparing for your pageants, and then at the same time working full-time IT professional. I also know that you're a mom, and that's what I think connects us as well. I'm a twin mom myself as well. So share your tips and how you have been handling the work-life balance, especially in these times.
I think that's $1 million question that everybody asks. How do you do it all, right? I think everyone goes through this challenge of figuring out or prioritizing, right? Ultimately, when too many things line up, it's just prioritizing what is that truly matters to you, because family is for sure your first priority and everything revolves around them. And I think I'm blessed to say that I have a family that supports me. Without that, I think it's very, very difficult to manage or wear multiple hats. And I think I'm truly blessed for that. I try to prioritize as and when things come up, what is that truly matters and how much time can I commit to it? Because as you mentioned, I am a product manager profession, and I also have all these interests, that creativity that's within me. And it's important to take time for that as well, because that's who you are. You need to figure out what is that truly matters to you, right? Sometimes it's finding happiness in doing things for yourself as well, because if you're happy, then your family is happy. So you do have to find time for that, the me time as well, whatever that me time may be, maybe a workout, maybe community service, maybe acting, whatever it might be. And you just have to find that right balance, because you obviously don't want to spend more time on one or the other, because family is definitely important, and so is your work as well. So yeah, it's finding that right balance, which is always challenging, but we all can make it happen if you truly want to do something.
Absolutely. You said it right there, Shruti. And so speaking of the acting career, I know, you have some amazing projects that you recently delivered. And I've seen one of your music videos as well, where you were the lead actress. And let me tell you, our viewers who haven't seen that, please definitely go to her profile and watch out that melodious music album and our wonderful Shruti. But tell us a bit more about your acting career and your experience.
Yes. So acting, again, that's I would say my love. If I could make that my full-time profession, I would. That's my first love, I would say. That's something I started right from my childhood, because I was inspired by my dad, who used to act. So I kind of, it just grew on me, and I felt at home when I'm on stage. So I kind of, acting is something that has grown with me since my childhood, and I find pleasure just being on stage. So it's two different types of acting, right? One is theatrical, like you get on the stage and you just memorize your lines and go ahead and do it on the stage. There's very less room for error. But also the film, side of it, which is, your cameras are on you, filming. Then you much close up, and you need to, emote those emotions in a right way, because too much can be, too much for a camera. So it's a right balance there as well. Two different types of acting, and I enjoy it. So every time I have an opportunity, that is something, if I have to stay through, without food and sleep, I do that, because when you truly love and enjoy something, nothing else matters, right? So there was recent short film that I did, where we shot overnight, and I actually had a commitment all day, and the crew wanted me in it, and they said, okay, we'll figure out the time for you. And I had a family event all day, and after dinner we met up for this filming, and we went overnight all the way till 6 a.m. in the morning, and I did not feel any tiredness, fatigue, nothing. I was so in the moment that it felt like natural. That's what happens when you truly enjoy something. Time doesn't matter. And I actually came back home driving and realized my body was so much needed that rest, because I couldn't drive very well. That's when I realized, oh gosh, I did not sleep all night. My body is tired, but my mind is not. I wanted to continue it. So that kind of tells you, that you're truly passionate about something. And that's how acting is for me. And I've been doing this again from my childhood, and, continue it because that's who I am. That's what I enjoy doing. That's my first passion, aside from, modeling or other aspects that I do. Acting would be my first one.
Wow, that is so inspiring, Shruti. And it's really inspiring to see that somebody, and someone who's having a passion, from your childhood passion, you're able to embrace it even now with so many roles that you're playing. And I'm pretty sure our viewers, many women out there who might be sitting right there thinking, whether should I do it or not? Well, here's an example right there for you, and you should definitely go for your passion. Who knows, you could be really the best at it. So speaking of that, what advice would you give to all the women out there who are watching you right now, and just go out there to go for your passion or accomplish things? Sometimes you may be taken aback because of so many responsibilities that are out there, or you have to do it in your daily routine life. So what advice would you give to those?
You rightly said it, Anu. We as women wear multiple hats, and it's important to take that time for yourself. So just go ahead and do whatever you're passionate about. Figure out what is that truly makes you happy, and take the time to do it, whatever it may be. It doesn't have to be what somebody else is doing. I think that's the key, because we get so much consumed by media and things around us, and we want to do everything that everybody's doing. So it's more about doing what you truly love and doing what you truly believe in. So be yourself, believe yourself, and just go ahead and do it. I mean, you never know, it might open an opportunity for you elsewhere. You may realize that your full-time job is not your passion, and you want to pursue something else. Unless you try it, you don't know. And it's just a matter of giving it a try. Just do, based on your time availability and your family support, just do whatever makes you happy. Ultimately, the goal is you are happy, your family is happy, everyone around you is happy. So whatever makes you happy, just go ahead and do it. Make the time for it.
Wow, that is so wonderful. Another thing that comes to my mind, Shruti, is actually, now that we are talking about women and their multiple roles that they do in their life, how different is it really, entering a pageant in Mrs. category versus somebody from Miss or perhaps a Miss Teen category, because obviously there are different challenges that they're facing, but being somebody in a Mrs. category, there's obviously a lot of responsibilities on your shoulders. So what do you, according to you, or what do you think, what makes it really different?
It is different for sure. And in fact, from my experience, what I have seen is that Mrs. category are the ones that are absolutely enthusiastic about the passion. I feel like, they have gone through a lot in their life. been married, have kids, just family life and your work and professional life, they just feel like this is the time to do something. It's now or never. I think that is the vibe I get every time I've done the pageants, the last 3 pageants that I've been part of, and several others as non-participant. That's what I've seen. I mean, they are the ones that are most inspired. They want to go give it a best shot on the stage. And it's amazing and lovely to see that, because, no longer are these women who think that, we're done. After marriage, life is done. No, it's not true. After marriage, in fact, I see so many women out there who want to go do things. And even now people reach out to me and they say, how do I compete? What do I do? And it's wonderful to see that, because these are women, who are well accomplished. I mean, these are, doctors, lawyers, people from all, walks of life, women who have accomplished so much in their life, yet they're finding time to do something creative, the creative side of themselves, and they're finding, way to do that. I think that is a huge difference that I'm seeing women. In fact, Mrs. contestants are, the large number of contestants in Mrs. category compared to teen and Miss. I think teens are busy with their school and Miss has different things going on, but somehow Mrs. are, all in. So it's just wonderful to see that, it's inspiring to see that.
I know, and I can definitely vouch for it in my experience as well. I think I have had some of the best friendships that I have made, going into the pageantry, and actually those from the Mrs. category. And it was such a wonderful experience looking at all of those women out there who are really trying, to go for their passion and win something. So truly, I can definitely connect on that. So Shruti, if I may ask, what has been the most challenging moment for you throughout your journey and, having all of these multiple roles? And of course, you have been trying to kind of combat some of those situations, but what, according to you, and what have you experienced, as one of the biggest challenge?
I think biggest challenge is just, taking the time to do it. If given an opportunity, I would, use all my 24 hours if I could, because there's so much to do and I feel like there's so little time. So managing that time has been a biggest challenge for me, even though it seems so perfect with all the things that I do, making time, and people still asking me, how do you do it all? But I still have challenges doing that, right? Time is never enough. And I think finding that balance has been extremely, extremely challenging for me. And I'm sure all women will agree with me on that. Finding that balance is always challenging, and I'm trying hard to keep up with it and improving every time. And sometimes it's just saying no has been a challenge to me, because for me as a person, I always, it's my personality to make the other person happy, and saying no is very, very difficult and hard for me. And sometimes we have to do it just to maintain the sanity and, to keep things at peace. You have to say no. And that's also a big challenge for me, because I always say yes to everything. And then I overcommit myself and realize that I have maybe less time to sleep, and I do need sleep too, right? So yeah, I would say, saying no has also been a challenge for me, but we have to do that sometimes.
Yeah, that is true. That is true. So speaking of, the challenges and also the opportunities on the flip side, I know we are also aware that you're going to be competing for the Mrs. Worldwide pageant later this year. So how are we going to see, what are the things we will be witnessing, with your participation in the Worldwide pageant? Any tips that you would like to share, or how exactly are you preparing for that pageant?
Yeah, actually, this is a most awaited pageant, I would say, for us, especially the 2020 winners, because we've, right after winning Miss Teen and Mrs. India USA 2020, COVID hit really, really hard. So we had to kind of work with what we had in terms of opportunities. We were stuck at home pretty much. So, there was nothing much we could do outdoors, and it all had to be, online and things like that. So now things are changing and opportunities arising as well. So with Worldwide, we're really, really looking forward to meeting all these other contestants from various countries, because I think it's one opportunity for us to meet women from all across the world. world. And we're looking forward to that. And this time it's, twice almost, if not more, women out there, because it's going to be challenging because we are the 2020 winners. And then we have the recent reigning queens as well. And the same with other countries too. So it's double the competition for sure. But, I'm looking forward to it because it's long awaited for us. So I'm really, really looking forward to it. Just one thing I believe is just do your best. I mean, results are not in your hands. You cannot control that. All you can control is what you do. You just do what you think is the right thing and what you are good at, and do your best. That's it. And the rest lies in your judges' hands. And hopefully they'll see the best part of your performance. That's the mindset I keep for myself. And I just do what I believe in doing, and then just let it shine. That's it.
Wow. So we're so excited to see you in that pageant, and I'm pretty sure you're going to bring the crown back home, and looking forward, and we'll be rooting for you for sure. So speaking of the pageant and also, the further opportunities, what are your future goals with that?
I think one thing is I want to, explore more into the community service aspect. I've been doing a lot, but it's not just about me doing it, right? How can I involve other people, inspire other people to do more for others? I've been trying that right from my home with my kids, right? It starts from home, and it can, inspire other people. And I think that's my goal, is to do more of that and see how I can contribute in making a difference in someone's life. And I truly feel like that is the best feeling ever. That's the joy that nothing else can bring. And I feel like I need to do a little more on that aspect, more and more. It's never enough. So I think that's one of my next steps, to do more of it, just, to inspire my own kids and their friends and their families, and, hopefully many more, because I think we all need to do our part just to help others and, serve the community around us. And that's a joy that's unmatched for. So we all need to do that. And I want to hopefully step up more on that side.
Wow, that is such a wonderful goal. And I'm pretty sure, we need more of such motivation, absolutely. And to increase that momentum of, community service and present our work that we have been doing, and also inspire others to do the same. You mentioned about your kids, involving them as well. And I'm pretty sure with all of your accomplishments, you're such a wonderful role model to them. How do you involve them, and especially coming from a South Asian origin, with all of our qualities and the learnings that we get from our parents, what are the advices or learnings that you actually pass on to your kids?
I think it all starts from home, right? So whatever you do, they pick up on it, whether it's good or bad. So they learn, believe it or not, what you don't specifically have to teach them, but they learn from your actions, every single thing, good or bad. And, we all have positive and negatives, but hopefully they pick up the positive mostly, right? That's one thing. I mean, your actions determine a lot for them, and they learn a lot through that. And I constantly remind them that, it's important to give back. And whenever I do these community service, I constantly remind them that, hey, we should have gratitude that we have these, but there are a lot of other people who do not have this, and it's important to help them out whenever we can. I mean, with my kids, they're too little, but they can understand these things. And recently we had a holy event where, I got my kids and my friends' kids involved, and they actually, did a charity event. They had a booth, and they collected over $6,000 to support, kids' education in India. And that's purely based on inspiring and motivating them to do that. I mean, they made, the creative side, they did some candles and they sold it. And I was so, as a mom, that was a beautiful sight, to be able to inspire not only my kids, my friends' kids and their family to get involved. And so blessed to see that. It just fills your heart with gratitude to see that, little kids, if they start now, they have a long way to go. I mean, imagine the kind of human they will be in the long run, with so much, positive side to them. I think it helps in their overall growth, right? So seeing that, I'm hoping more kids will get inspired, and it was nice to see that other kids were interested in it too. And that's how you inspire others, right? It's not just about winning something and doing something and you also want to win it. Why not try doing something like this too, like inspire other people to do more good things for others? And that truly adds value regardless of what titles you have. It's about the kind of person you are and what is that you're doing to make somebody else's life happy. And we're all, I think, especially here in being in US, I think we're all blessed to have a great life, and we should be thankful for that. But at the same time, what can we do for people in need and less fortunate? Unfortunately, there's a lot we can do. There's a lot of people out there who need help. Whatever little thing we can do. And recently, this project happened, and I was so blessed to see that my kids are learning and they're going in the right path, and hopefully they will continue. It's just giving them a path to follow, and hopefully they'll pick up from there and do bigger things than you can. It's just about guiding them in the right direction, and I think every parent needs to do that regardless. So hopefully, it'll make them bigger, better people going forward. So that's the hope.
Well, thank you so much, Shruti, for joining us today and inspiring so many women out there. It was wonderful to have you join us.
Thank you so much, Anu. It was a pleasure being here on the show as a guest, and it was wonderful talking to you after the last pageant. Again, getting back online and to be able to connect with you has been a pleasure. Thanks to Ragini ji, Mana TV International, and of course our very own Dharmatma Saranji and Neelam Saranji and IFC platform for this wonderful platform for all these women to showcase their talent and hopefully inspire many women out there. Thank you so much for the opportunity.
Well, thank you so much, Shruti. And for all of our viewers, thank you so much for joining us. I do want to have sincere thanks for Dharmatma ji and Neelam Saranji for creating this wonderful platform for all of the deserving girls to showcase their talents and voice their opinion. I think this is truly life-changing experience that we all are experiencing. And a big thanks to the Mana TV International, to all of our viewers. Please subscribe to our Instagram profile and also YouTube channels of Mana TV International, and definitely watch our repeat telecast for the same. Thank you all.